unto you. And they went out quickly and fled from the sepulchre, for they trembled and they were amazed. Neither said they anything to another man, for they were afraid. Now when Jesus was risen early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 devils. And she went and told them that had been with him, as they mourned and wept. And they, when they had heard that he was alive and had been seen of her, believed not. After that, he appeared in another form unto the 2 of them as they walked and went into the country. And they went and told it unto the residue. Neither believed they them. And afterward he appeared unto the 11 as they sat at meat, and upbraided them with their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they believed not them which had seen him after he was risen. And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils, and they shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So then after the Lord had spoken unto them, he was received up into heaven and sat on the right hand of God. And they went forth and preached everywhere, the Lord working with them and confirming the word with signs following. John Mark wrote what he'd heard. He hadn't been there. He did not witness it. He wrote what he had heard, what people had told him. Look at the 7th verse of the 16th chapter. Go your way, tell his disciples and Peter that he's going to go before you into Galilee as he has said. Now, they were gathered together, they were eating again, and they were mourning and weeping because of what had taken place. Easter's over with. Crowds are gone. Faded memory. Trying to recollect. Wonder why. Well, we don't really have time, and the Bible said that he talked to these 3 women, Mary Magdalene, who had cast out 7 devils, Mary, the mother of James, the one that came and said, Jesus, whenever you get on your throne, I want you to put James on one side and John on the other one, the sons of thunder. Can you imagine walking with Jesus for 3 years and witnessing the energy of that crowd? I told one of my friends about the church in Bakersfield had over 20,000 last Sunday. They had 3 paid religious rap groups. It's amazing how that the crowd can give a certain amount of energy. It's amazing how that if we see a crowd, we say there must be something to it, but these 3 went alone that early that morning. Wasn't any bands, there wasn't any great dinner like we had here last Sunday. They were grieving. They were grieving because they did not believe the 3 women that came from that tomb that said he's not here, he is risen. When Sally walked on to the Omaha Beach at the 50th anniversary, we were there all by ourselves on Omaha Beach. There wasn't anybody there. All of a sudden, a Willys Jeep or an Army Jeep came flying down there. It looked a whole lot better than it did when it came off that assembly line. I mean, it was spit and spark. An officer in it was the curator, the one that protects those beaches. And Sally had walked down there and was picking up some rocks for Clinton, I believe it was, or Nathan, one of the others. He wanted to know, what are you doing? Well, I want to pick up something here that showed I've been here. She picked up rocks all over the world and brought them home. Nobody knows where they're at, but she brought them home. I had to go in Loch Ness over in Ireland and go down in there and fight that dragon to get her some rock out of that thing. But this officer looked at her and said, beautiful Jeep, big American star on the side of it, said, would you like to have your picture taken of my Jeep? And, oh yeah. So he helped her up into the Jeep. And I had a camera and I was taking pictures, and he helped her out of the Jeep. I handed her the camera and I started getting the Jeep. He said, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to get my picture taken in your Jeep. No, you're not. I didn't invite you to. He wasn't any apologetic. He said, I took her picture, you're not getting in the Jeep. And he got in his Jeep and he drove off. And we have proof that we've been on Omaha Beach. I don't know whether she can find the rocks or not. And she had to look through boxes for the pictures. Go tell his disciples, his followers, and Peter, he is not in that tomb. He had risen. I know that he's not there because I've been in there and I walked in that tomb. Curator told us, and well, this is where they think that he was at. Now, I have eyewitnesses that wrote a letter and told me that he was there. He's not there now. Amen? Now, we're talking about the resurrection all over the world last week. The resurrection.
Yes.
He's not here. He's alive, and he's alive forevermore. Now we have a problem. You got Mary Magdalene, whom 7 devils were cast out of. You've got Mary, the mother of James and John, that wanted what? I want my kids to be the best. I want my kids to be the greatest. They go to Joel Osteen Church. Want them to be the best, want them to be the greatest. I'm not being mean. I'm telling you what's happening in the world that we're living in today. The story of the resurrection, of what Jesus taught his disciples in 3 years that he walked with them. In 3 years that he had personal conversation. He was there eyeball to eyeball with them, and he was telling them what they should do. Don't be like the Pharisees and the Sadducees with all of their religious purity and inside. Amen. Now we have a problem with that because we're trying to understand what holiness is. Well, it must not have been what we preached 50 years ago because that's gone. It must not have been what we had in the tent revivals because that's gone. Hello.
Yeah.
Amen. I mean,